I'm out here at Green Door Gourmet in one of their mini flower fields here with Sylvia Gainier.
Hi.
Nice to be with you.
Great to see you.
Good to see you too. We're going to talk about some dahlias today, cultural aspects as far as growing and needs and pests. First off, I see this nice white net that you've got here.
Yes. The netting serves dual purpose. First of all, it helps you when you're laying out the grid of your garden to know how to space your plants, because dahlias need room to grow, especially if you want them as a cut flower versus a bedding flower. Also, they need support. They're tall and lanky, and the blooms can be huge, like dinner plate size sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
And so you really want to make sure that you have structure.
Yeah, that does help. I hear a lot of them falling over, people having issues with that, and even breaking if they do fall over.
Yes.
And I also see that y'all use a nice cover on the base of them and plant in the cover. Does that help with water and all kinds of?
It does two different things. As you see, we actually have our drip irrigation running along the top, because dahlias like a drier sort of moment. If they're too wet, the tubers are going to rot. So you don't want to overwater your dahlias. This allows just enough water to seep into the holes, and it's great for weed suppression, because I don't know about you, but I'd rather have more time to cut and enjoy the flowers than to pull the weeds.
Absolutely.
Dahlias don't like super hot. They really are a cooler climate. They're very popular in the mountains of Mexico, and that's where they were first kind of discovered and came over to England from there in the 1700s. So they like a little bit cooler temperature, and this time of year, once we start getting those autumn days that are a little cooler, they're so happy, they just take off. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Particularly in our Tennessee area, most people know that dahlias are really a fall bloomer for us. They kind of grow throughout the summer. You get some sparse blooms, but in the fall is when they do this, their real magic, which is fun.
Absolutely.
So I see these big, beautiful white ones right here, and they're very tall. These look really wonderful.
And with those, the design of the pincushion is really gorgeous on those.
Yeah, that is really nice. And I see lots and lots and lots of stems coming out of there too. Do y'all kind of continuously pinch back on the plant to help it stem out?
We do. We take the middle part at the beginning, the first sign of a bloom. That allows it to bush out, clump up a little bit more, and do side shoots to continue the blooming process.
Right.
If I was trying to put more emphasis into the tuber, which are edible, I would actually not allow it to flower or bloom at all, because I would be going for the rootstock versus the flower bloom.
Right. Yeah. And I guess, and one thing with them too is deadheading / cutting them keeps them blooming more too, so they don't put any energy into the seeds.
It is cut and come again, for sure.
Man, this dark one behind you is really stunning.
And we have a beautiful, huge red one, which you can see already bloomed out in the distance there, called Spartacus. And it's one of our favorite ones. And some of the folks that have come and say, oh my gosh, what is that amazing flower? They think it's a peony because it's so big and full of bloom.
That's exciting. Have you found any good companion plantings with dahlias?
They typically like not to be crowded in with other things.
Okay.
And the one thing that you don't ever want to put next to the dahlias, potatoes, because they have a common pest as well as the tomatoes. So nightshades are not really the friends of the dahlias. So anything else that gives them enough room to spread out and grow is okay, that also can handle the slightly acidic soil, but not tomatoes or potatoes.
You see them here and there in gardens, 2 or 3 different varieties that tend to bloom really heavy. You'll see them mixed in borders of a mixed perennial garden, and they usually fill really nicely, and they like to fill gaps. And then of course you get that big burst of fall bloom that not a lot of things do.
Right. Especially for the bedding style. There are some that are more cut flower friendly, like the Spartacus or the Sherman's peach. Those do really well to branch out and make cut flowers, but there are also some that stay in this smaller, which we're looking at here, kind of culture, that stay 3 to 4 feet tall versus the larger the dinner plate. They get 5 to 6 feet tall as well.
Right, yeah. So as far as in the late fall, when we start getting close to frost, now do y'all cover these, or do you actually dig and store?
We have done both.
Okay.
In Tennessee, it's just like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get with the winter time here.
Yeah.
So last year we actually left them in, because we had invested a lot of time in the ground cover cloth, also in putting in our netting, all of that. So we said, you know what, we're gonna run the risk. We're gonna leave them in for a year. We mulched super heavy, and we were very blessed that most of them came back.
How deep would you say that y'all buried them, and what material?
So we used hay
Okay.
that was cut here from the farm, and we went pretty deep. So I would say we were probably at least 8 inches of mulch. If you've got the hay, you might as well use it.
Right.
And we use hay versus straw because hay puts nutrient back in, where straw just works as a bedding. So we used hay for the nutrient value of what we were covering.
Now, could somebody at home use just standard tree leaves and just do a thick bed of that?
If you are lucky enough to have leaves in your yard, compared to also a wonderful sunny spot, leaf mulch is fantastic to use. This year we're going to dig. We're going to dig because we know that for every one that I dig, I can probably get 6 or so new plants out of.
Right.
It will also help us rotate this area of the soil. That helps with disease prevention as well. We'll come back in, we'll give this a nice spring cover crop, probably of a buckwheat or something like that, to refix the nitrogen, and move the dahlia bed up to where you see some of those beautiful Mexican sunflowers and the celosia and that sort of thing up there. So that will be dahlias next year.
Yeah, wonderful. And we're gonna talk about storing.
So we like to wait until the first hard frost. Everything in the field will turn black.
Okay.
It's pretty weird. So then we want to wait 2 weeks before we start to dig. So that those 2 weeks kind of give us some time to take down our netting, take down our T-posts, and then we start to label. We want to label every hole, so that we know what we're storing and so that we know what we're going to be planting next year. So that gives us time to do that, and then we cut them down real low. And then about 2 weeks after frost, we're going to come in here, everybody with a trowel, and we're going to come right in here, loosen it up. Sometimes a digging fork works even better. But this is here.
Got some nice,
what it looks like there. Yep.
Nice little tubers coming off there.
Yeah, and so we basically create a table with maybe a wire top on it, like wire netting, and we just spray them all. We want to get as much dirt off as possible without damaging the tubers. And we like to do this on a really dry, sunny day, so that it gives, and we try to do it early in the morning, so that it gives the dahlia tuber the whole day to kind of dry out in the sun, because we don't want to store them wet, because then they'll just mold and mildew over the winter.
Right. And this is actually not a box of cabbage. This
Correct.
is a storage box for y'all.
That is a recycled box from our vegetable crew.
Yeah.
And we go around and collect sawdust from some local furniture makers that we know.
So that's the biggest thing is this, any additional moisture, I guess, you don't want on here, it kind of sops out into there.
Exactly. And you could use perlite or vermiculite, but that's a pretty expensive material.
Right.
So we use some free sawdust from the community.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And of course you store them in a frost-free area. About generally what range of temperature would you store them in?
We usually keep them in our cooler because we have one, and we I think about 50 to 55 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah,
so not too cool, but not too warm, just right in that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want them to freeze.
Right.
But you don't want them to be warm enough to start, to encourage mold.
Yeah. So maybe a garage?
Yeah, garage is fine, especially if it's in this extra insulation here. Garage is fine, or if people still have a basement or cellar.
Right, a basement, cellar, yeah.
Those are good places, but a garage would be just fine. And I like to check on them throughout the winter. You should be able to tell if you look in there and they're just looking very shriveled, then you know that they're kind of drying out, and you might want to bring them out on a sunny day and spray them down again, and then let them rehydrate, and then let them dry again, and then put them back in there.
Yeah.
In their boxes.
Yeah, well that's great. And then, so then about what time in the season are we starting to really move them out and then start either potting them up or replanting? So
they are good to go after the last frost, which in our area is April 15th. So I start getting the beds ready as soon as I can in March or early April, so that on that last frost date, April 15th, we're good to plant them out. I know a lot of people will pot them up before they plant them in their final bed. And so I think you can start doing that around March if you are able to kind of move those into a safe place if a frost is going to come. But
Right.
you just don't want them to freeze or frost.
Right.
So that's the main thing.
So in the ground, y'all plant them directly from the storage into the ground?
So this year, because a lot of these are 2 or 3 year old tubers, when we start to get them out in March or April, we'll start dividing them. So this is a small one, so it's not the best example, but some of these you'll pull out and there's just
Huge, yeah.
huge tubers, and you can, from one plant, you could make probably 8 new plants. So we like to divide right before we plant.
Yeah.
In the fall, you're less likely to see these eyes, but in the spring, you'll see they'll start naturally forming, even in the box, in storage. So it helps you look for an eye, and then you know you can divide that section right there. So
Yeah.
that really helps.
For a medium amount of work, as far as plants go, and
Yeah.
you get this mass amount of flowers, everybody should be growing dahlias.
Absolutely, yeah. And they come in all different shapes and colors and sizes and varieties. So.
Right, thousands probably.
Yeah, and I mean, as soon as September hits, we start getting inquiries from our florists, and
Oh, I'm sure.
they just are so versatile and come in so many of those colors that everybody wants. So
Yeah.
they're a really good crop for us.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all this wonderful information with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For inspiring garden tours, growing tips, and garden projects, visit our website at volunteergardener.org or on YouTube at the Volunteer Gardener channel, and like us on Facebook.